Hey, what's up everybody? Nick here with Santa Fe Speed and Performance. Today we have a 2019 Ford Mustang GT that a friend brought to us to do a set of long tube headers and mid-pipe install. You can see this car is brand spanking new. It's just got a little over 1,000 miles. We got started under the hood, disconnecting the battery, removing the intake and the plastic shroud from the top of the engine. Next, we hit the motor mount nuts and the upper catalytic converter nut on the right-hand side. And I believe all three of those are 15 millimeter nuts there. On this side, you can squeeze in your 3/8 extension and socket to get that upper cat nut. At this point, we're down on the bottom of the car. We're basically going to remove the entire exhaust system from the cat back. There's two hanger locations, one here at the back of the frame rail, and then the other just on the IRS cradle. We loosened the nuts, holding the transmission to the cross member, and supported the transmission from the bell housing using the screw jack there. You can see a lot of this is going to have to be removed to get that manifold down, the starter, motor mount, tranny cooler lines. Here you can see I got that upper catalytic converter nut that we removed earlier from the top of the car. So at this point, we have removed the whole catback exhaust. Now that it's out of the way, you can see exactly where those bolts went. One right here, one right here. So at this point, we have the O2 sensors disconnected, downstreams, upstreams. I pulled this downstream out just to make it a little easier because it's got a zip tie up here above the shifter linkage. Driver's side, always a little bit easier, just more access. You don't have the starter in the way. You do have to get the steering shaft out of the way. You can see here, if the camera will focus, I marked the shaft there, and that way we get everything back the way it came off. We did do this on a 4-post lift. So, I heard the guys at LMR, they said they did theirs on a 2-post. So we wanted to see if it's possible to do it on a 4-post. And so far, everything's going good. When we pull that steering shaft, that might be a different story, but we'll keep you guys posted as we get there, or when we get there. You can see this is the wires to the starter. This is an automatic car, so we got the transmission cooler lines here. There's one nut for it there, and then another. There was a stud holding this part to the mount. So got to disconnect this upstream O2 sensor. You can see the connector is just straight up there, that connector with the little red deal on it. We'll get that next, and we'll start working on the manifold bolt. So at this point, we're dropping the manifold and catalytic converter. I'm getting a hand from my brother there because it's a little heavy for one person. Kind of hard to maneuver it out, especially with all the studs there sticking out of the cylinder head. So now that that's out, we can get back to working on the right side. So unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of us actually bolting down the headers. You kind of just have to see what studs you can keep and which ones you have to replace with bolts. Here you can see we got the connection pipes bolted up to the headers. Everything has been reinstalled, starter, motor mounts, steering shaft, zip tie the oxygen sensor extension wires there. So obviously the next step is just to start it and check for any exhaust leaks. And it's always a good idea to just double check your work. We'll be posting another video with dyno results, so please stay tuned and thank you for watching.